You know, guys, one thing I learned in life, never let someone make you feel bad for where you are at in life right now at the very moment. Never let someone make you feel bad. Do what you got to do to get to where you want to be. If you want to be better than you are today, just do what you got to do in order to get there. But never allow someone to make you feel bad for not being as quick as them, not getting there as fast as they did, or not moving fast as they want you to. In life, you got to move at your own pace. You can't allow someone to dictate just the speed of how you move. And a lot of times situations like that happen because people make it seem like you ain't doing enough. But in our actuality, for yourself, from self perspective, you doing what you got to do to get to where you want to go, or where you want to go. And I just want to say that, guys, because there's a lot of people out here trying to make you feel bad for where you at in life because you haven't gotten as far as they got, or things haven't moved as swiftly as they did for others, or whatever the case may be. But just don't allow somebody to make you feel bad for where you are in life. Where you are in life is exactly where you need to be. If you ain't trying to make no progress, you're going to be where you are. If you're working on things, you're going to move. No matter how slow it is, you get there. No matter. Just keep on moving. And don't allow somebody to make you rush to the finish line, because, the sky's the limit. Don't allow somebody to make you feel like you're, worse off than they are because you don't have the same tax brackets as they do. Never allow that. Never allow somebody to make you feel bad for the size of your house, or the numbers in your bank account, or the job you work, or none of those things. Never allow somebody to make you feel bad for where you are in life, what you drive, or what's your motive to get to the next level. Never allow somebody to make you feel like you're not doing enough. Like I said, as long as you're moving, those opinions of others does not matter. And once you get that under control in your mind, to know that you're doing the best you know how and the best you can, then and you keep going, nobody else's opinion should matter. Because in life, I have learned in life, you only know what you know. If you don't have no one teaching you the things that you don't know, you'll never find out. And if you're not within self-help books, or webinars, or whatever the case may be, if you're not into that, you won't grow. But as long as you're on a road to success, or a road to wherever you think you belong, keep going. Ain't no telling what you're gonna come up with throughout your journey. Don't allow somebody to put a stop sign in your life for you, because can't nobody tell you where you can go. It's come from within. If you feel like you can do it, you can do it. If you feel like you got this, you got this. If you feel like you can go and be without certain things for a certain amount of time to get a goal in your life, you can do it. Whatever you put your mind to it, you can do it. And I tell my daughter that every day. Every day she got up saying, "Oh, I don't like getting up in the morning. I hate getting up in the morning." And I had to tell her, if you keep telling yourself you hate getting up in the morning, guess what? You're going to always hate getting up in the morning. And now I put it in her mind to say, I'm thankful for being up in the morning. She ain't said that no more going to work. She's actually, oh, thank God, you got to be very mature and strong to work the morning shift. You have to program your brain to think positive. If you don't program your brain to think in a positive manner, you're going to always think negative. Negative things going to always happen in your life. So in order for good things to happen, you have to say it out your mouth. You have to believe it from within that you got this. You can do it. And regardless of what anyone else say, you can do this. If you know that you can do it, if you feel like you can do it, go for it. Everything is not for everyone. Just because you feel that this doesn't mean you want to be great at something else. So take those chances. Do what you do. Do what you got to do in life to get to the next step of your life. If it seems impossible, go for it. I make all my dreams bigger than my my mindset. I mean, bigger than my bank account. I set all my dreams high, because when you fear things, you know, when you put yourself in a situation where you set your goals high in life, you seems to, you know, reach higher, and then you make it eventually. But if you setting baby goals for yourself, even though, like I said in the beginning, don't feel bad for where you are in life. However, it's just an example. If you setting high goals, you try to reach, you get there, you eventually get there. If you setting small goals, you eventually get there. However, it take a longer time to get there. That's no problem. Whatever you have to do to get to where you're trying to go, you get there. Also, I just lost my train of thought. Also, if you working at a job and people tell you, "Hi, I can't believe you do that, you work there," never allow somebody to make you feel bad for bringing in income. I don't care what kind of income it is. McDonald's income is just as good as corporate income. It might not be as much, but you get the picture. It's bringing in something where you are in life at that moment. Don't allow somebody to tell you that you're not good enough because you're not where they are. Don't allow somebody to tell you you can't reach your goal because they feel out of reach for them. When God gave you the vision, he gave it to you and you only. Don't allow somebody to tell you you stupid when you're trying to get to a goal that seems so far out of reach. Understand that you are in control of you. Don't allow somebody to come and turn your steering wheel for you. If you ain't turning it in your own life, it shouldn't be moved. But if you moving, it should always keep going. In order to understand that, you must go within and understand that you want more. Understand that more don't come from us sitting and waiting. More come from us working, putting effort in. What they say, faith without work don't work. So keep going, keep your faith. Even if your faith is big as a mustard seed, small as a mustard seed, keep it. That's all you need. Because when you doubt yourself, that's when faith kick in, and it can take you a long way. So many days I doubted myself to do something, and when I did it, I wound up in a better spot than I would have been if I hadn't went. You know, that it's just a proven fact. Faith is everything. Keep your faith. Don't allow somebody to tell you that you're dumb for thinking. Never allow somebody to tell you that your thoughts are non-existent, not important, whatever the case may be. Don't let these people tell you that you can't when you know you can. God put all us here on earth to do something. Everybody's not going to be good at everything. But find whatever you're good at and master it. It's important to know that in life. If you know you got a thing for caring for people, create your business where you can care for others. If you feel like you got a voice out here in this world, create your business where you speak to the world. You know, if you feel like, you know, you can go out here and make a change in certain situations where nobody never spoke of, go implement that change. Write down what you want. Hand it over to the, you know, mayor. Let them know that you have these things in plan, and you'd like to see if you can implement these things to work. I'm doing these things every day, and that's how I'm learning. Asking for what I want. I want these things. In order for me to get these things, since I don't have the funds to go out here and just make a difference in this world, I'm asking for what I want. It's the only way you're going to get it. At first, I had a thing with asking people for anything. I keep my mouth shut before I ask for anything. Now, if I need it, I ask. If I don't get it, then, you know, it wasn't meant for me to have it at that point in time. And that's how I look at things in life. That's how things operates for me in life. When things happen for my husband, if he go do something and something happen, I done got him on board where he just as calm as I am. Sometimes it seems scary. But then I realized that, you know, in life as a family, you teach your family what they don't know. I didn't once know it. I wasn't raised like that, but I had to learn. And I'm gonna teach the people around me the same thing that I've learned. Something that happened for him, instead of him getting mad, tearing up things and upset, because he used to get upset about anything and go completely nuts. He could be fixing on his vehicle and it don't turn out right for him. He'll knock the whole window out. But he got to the point where when things don't go right for him, one exercise we do, baby, when things don't go right for you, leave it alone, go back to it next day or a few hours later. And I promise you'll see a difference. He did it. He been doing it ever since he came home and said, babe, I couldn't get this thing right for nothing at work. This, that. I cut 5, 6, 7 pieces of board and I couldn't get the angle right for nothing. I said, babe, when he was like, I was so mad. I said, babe, when those things happen, you have to leave what you're doing, go reset your mind, and come back later, even if it had to be a day later. He did it every time he does it, and it worked for him. And it amazed him. You know, you teach people what you know. And then, like, for instance, yesterday, he was supposed to go get a radiator for his work truck. They said they had it. When he got there, they ain't had it. They was trying to give him the wrong one, but my husband is so savvy in so many things that he was like, this don't go to my truck. He was like, yes, this go to such a, this don't go to my truck. And they tell him such and such, this, that, and the other. He said, they stopped making these. My truck 2007. They stopped making these in 2000. This is in 2008. And, you know, he already knew what he knew. And instead of him getting upset and blowing things out of proportion, we talked. He said what he said. I was like, well, baby, it must wasn't meant for you to get that radiator in that truck fixed. God got something else better for you. That's how you communicate in life. That's how you become one in life. That's how you make your marriage work in life. And now that my husband is on the track for that, and my daughter, when they see me doing something, they tell me these things, and that's the best. That's the best I can ask for. Because we are all on one occurrence, we are all on one page to do better in life and not accept what somebody think we're supposed to have and have exactly what we want. And we want a lot in life. Every day we striving. My daughter, they told her that, you know, because we said she's not going to work on Saturdays through her job. She work Monday through Friday, which means my husband think that's plenty enough, especially when school started back. That's going to be a lot. And, so they said, okay, we're not going to put you back on Saturdays no more. So she already off on Fridays. She got off on, so there'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday's good for her being off, and Saturday she don't want to work anyways. She want her weekend as a teen. I understand that. And when they told her she was going to be off those 3 days, she was like, oh, I could work on Sunday. You know, that makes me feel so proud of my daughter, because she see how hard me and her daddy work. And she know what she want in life. When she see her check, her first check, and she only had like 41 hours on her check, and she get paid every 2 weeks, she was like, whoa. And she was just so happy, because for her at 16 years old, that was a pretty amount of money for my baby to make on her first check at her new job. She was so excited. So it happened. I was so happy for her. And but what I said that to say this: we always been hard workers. We always go out for what we want. We never had our hand out and expect someone to give us something that we didn't work for. When somebody give us something for free, in my family, my husband, my wife, my daughter, and myself, we feel like we obligated to do something for them, because don't nobody help us out. Don't nobody do nothing for us. And when somebody do something for us, it's like, oh my God, like that was so sweet of them. I can't believe they thought enough of us to give us something. That's how we roll in life, because we ain't never had nobody look out for us. We never had nobody to say, hey, you need this or whatever. We always been the givers. We always been the ones to support the next person. But you know, we learned to open up and ask for what we need these days, and it made a whole difference in our life. And I appreciate the growth from within, from me and my family. And I just wanted to bring that message, guys, because it was really heavy on my mind about how people think that you ain't nothing if you ain't where they are. And it's mostly with financial, in the financial house. If you ain't if you ain't getting what they getting or making what they making, you ain't nothing. And like I noticed, there's a lot of people push people on because of their tax bracket. You could be saying the same thing, speaking the same truth, doing even better than someone that's got 1 million followers because they financially stable, and you won't get near as many likes, shares, or whatever the case may be, because you're at this point, you're nobody. But when other people start following you and doing them things and, making you feel like a, special person, then that's when other people jump on board. But, I always thought it was sick and ill to, congratulate, well, I ain't gonna say congratulate, jump on board with everybody else because they are congratulating this person just because they got money. They can be real nasty, real condescending, real selfish, self-centered, all those things. And people will still egg them on, these rappers, these singers, these famous people. They can be doing all the wrong things. And just because they're famous, it's okay. I ain't never been that type of woman. I ain't gonna never do those type of things, because what mama say, treat the CEO the same way you treat the janitor. I always took that and ran with it ever since I was a young girl. And that's exactly what I do. I'm not gonna treat nobody no different than the next person. And that comes a problem within all my jobs that I done worked at, because the man that fill up the drink machine is just as important than the man that's sitting up there signing my check. It is what it is. It's just important to me. I've never been that way because I know where I came from. I know how I feel to be left out. I know how I feel when you don't have no one but your mom to love and support you. I know how I feel when your mom leave, everybody leave you besides your husband and daughter. I know how I feel for nobody to believe in me. I know how I feel for nobody to make me feel apart. I know all those things. I know how it feels to have a birthday and nobody give you a birthday shout out, or, have a party and nobody brings nothing. They just come to eat. I know how I feel to have everything in order for somebody even to attend to things that events I throw. I stopped giving my daughter parties. She had one last year though for her sweet 16, but I stopped giving my daughter parties because people showed up or didn't show up with empty, and if they did show up, empty-handed. So I started taking the money that I was putting into these parties and taking her out of town to have a good time. I'm not doing it no more. I had to do so much to even be liked until I realized that if you don't like yourself enough, nobody'll never like you. And liking yourself enough begins with you not worried about who don't like you. That's exactly what it is. So when I realized it, I became 100 times better. But my circle, the people that was in my circle, full. It became like that. Okay, barely see it. And I'm okay with that. However, it's sad that when you're not hurting and beating yourself up and feeling bad and, ran through and, figured out, nobody likes you. But if I get on social media saying, oh, my husband, all these years, he done cheated on me. He did this. He beat me. He don't never come home. My kids ain't got no food. He left me on the side of the road, no gas. If I was on there crying out for attention like that every day, I have millions of shares at this point. Millions. But I got to the point where I'm not looking for shares, and I like somebody to share my GoFundMe, but I'm not looking for none of those things, likes and worrying things. When I post things, I post it from the heart, and I keep going by my day. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. God see me. He know where I'm coming from. He know my heart. He know what I've been studying. He know what my point of view is. He know all those things about me. So you as people does not matter. That's why I do the things I do for God. And that's why I'm at peace where I'm at now. Because of God. Nobody else. No man, no woman, no child, no friend, no co-worker. God. God first, then me. When I figured out that I wanted to be who I am, that's the best thing I ever did for myself, is to be exactly who I am. But I didn't come over here to say all that. I just came over here to tell you guys that remember where you are in life. Remember where you're going in life. And remember where you want to end up. If you keep those things in order, you can't trip and fall. Now we might, stumble over blocks and things like that, but we won't fall. Because stumbling, you just stumble and you keep going. When you fall, it's really hard to get up. If you get up. Some people fall and they feel like they done gave everything they had and they ain't got no more fight in them. Almost thought I was at that point when things went sour in my life in 2019. I thought I wasn't going to be able to do nothing until one day I woke up and said, what is wrong with you? Who are you? And what do you want your child to mimic? That was my biggest goals. What do I want my child to mimic from me? And it's sure to hell one heartbreak, misery, toxic behavior, hatefulness, sluttish, whorish. It wasn't none of that. I could never do my kid like that. And I became a better person for me, for her, for my husband. Because in order for me to get things right with my husband, I had to get things right within. Because me, being the same person I was before 2019, I wouldn't have never been able to fight them battles, because I would have been toxic, full of toxic, that I didn't even know, unaware, selfish, self-centered, all the above. You can't get nowhere like that. Unteachable. You can't get nowhere like that. You gotta keep open, because you until you die, you're always teachable. Remember that. And like I said, I wasn't coming over here to talk about that. I was coming over here to strictly say, don't allow somebody to force you somewhere that you're not ready to go. Get up and move. But forced behavior is never turned out good. Never turned out to be good behavior. And I just want to bring that message to you guys. You guys have a great day. Discussion.